Alright, so this is my family, and I'll be making the speech, and my grandma, she'll be holding the phone for me. Alright, so today I'm gonna talk about how startups change the way that businesses are created, and I'm gonna tell you how you can start off your startup just with your smartphone. I'm Rafael. I'm a business administration student at Kaiser University, and I'm a manager at a construction company. So creating a business was totally different back in 20 years ago, because a person will have to find a place where the business could work, hire people, find a product or a service to sell, and also they will have to do all the work. And their main problem was that they didn't have anywhere to advertise their businesses, because they didn't have any Facebook, Instagram, or Google to advertise. All they had was radios and newspaper, and back then was very expensive to hire these places to make their advertisements. So today we have something that's totally different, that's called a startup. A startup basically starts with a problem and a great idea of how to fix it. So a man was just waiting under the rain in a city, and he would have to get his phone, call this company for them to send a cab. And the cab would take, he wouldn't know how long and where the cab was. So he had this great idea of, what if I just open up my phone, I go to an app, type where I am and type where I'm going, and this app I would click and they would send a cab to me right away, and I wouldn't know where the cab was. And this idea became very famous, and today is known as Uber. And the same happened with ordering food, because you have StubHub, Uber Eats, and many others. And also to make appointments with doctors and everything, you can now make an appointment right off your smartphone. So that was basically what a startup is. So it's a problem, an idea of how to fix a problem. So if you have any idea of how to fix a problem, you can start just with your smartphone. You can go to squarespace.com, wix.com, and create your website. Very easy. And also, you can go to Facebook, create a page, or Instagram, and create an Instagram page, post pictures, and you can research and study of how you can make advertisements with very little money. So it's very important for a startup to make advertisements, because it's the only way it can grow. Because mouth to mouth, it's a very, let's say, an easy way for a business to grow, because it attracts very little people. And normally a startup start with one or two people founding it, and they would ask people on their family or their friends to borrow money so they could start their startups. And but if the idea is great, it can attract big investors, and it can become then a huge company. And also, startups are very important to a country's economy, because nowadays it creates more jobs than big companies, because of the amount of startups that are being created nowadays. And also, more companies means more taxes being collected by the government, which is great for an economy. And some people still hold the same old idea of how hard it is to create a business, because they have the same feeling from 20 years ago. But today, all you need is a smartphone or a laptop, anything that you have an internet connection. So will you take off the idea of your head and put it to work and maybe create a great startup? That's it.